Yeah, and it looks like we are getting into the game very shortly. I do know that one of the players that have been selected for this, someone, colleague of mine, Philip McKay. So I've known him a long time with TCG. I don't know who his opponent is, so I won't be able to fill in on that side. But I just want to make it very clear for the commentary and for you, Philip, in the future. I did not choose you, and I had nothing to do with this. I just sat down, and they said that, yeah, you're on stream, so it's got nothing to do with me, buddy. But I'm rooting for you.
Whatever you say, Jason, we all believe you, mate.
Easy, no worries. So, obviously, Phil from Sydney and his opponent. I'm not too sure. Hopefully, we'll try to get some more information from the back end of it. And, yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't remember what Phil told me was on. I think he said he was on purple green or purple steel. So, yeah, I think, yeah, like I thought he would be the sort of player that would play red blue as well, but apparently not. And our players are shuffling up. They are doing their mulligans, and let's have a look at what we got going on. So, yeah, purple steel versus amber ruby. Okay. We got some interesting stuff going on.
I'm seeing some purple cards in their hands, so I think.
All right, maybe the icon's just wrong. All right, cool.
Yeah, purple steel. This is
And
another one of those.
apparently, Philip's already won one game already. All right, cool. So while the crew in the background are working on that, we'll have a look. What they got going on? So,
Yeah, what do you think of this purple steel deck? I've been seeing a bit of it around. I think there's.
it's the best two colors, man.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
like it's
that's
peanut butter and jelly.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, you're talking my language now. Yeah.
So Phil keeps 2, and Barry looks like he's keeping 3 and mulliganing. No, so mold 3 away, kept 4. So he must like his hand a little bit more. Phil.
riffle
shuffling.
Oh, man, do not touch my deck. Oh, jeez. So, yeah, we've got both of these players won their first matchup, so it should be 2-0 versus 2-0, so this should be...
Are they using the same colored sleeves?
It looks that way, yeah.
Yeah, they're on the same colored sleeves. Hopefully no cards get mixed up.
Oh,
that's the worst, you know, when some cards get mixed up in a tournament and later on, like, you both get deck checked. All right, you know, I got 61 and you got 59. All right, we're both in trouble. Yeah. All right, let's see. All right. And who is on the play? Looks like Phil's on the play because he's looking at his cards and looks like, he's on purple steel. Obviously, turn 1's either Broom or Chernobog's. Don't know the matchup, but generally Chernobog's is the safer play. Yeah, because you just quest on the following turn and you can send it off.
Yep, has a little bit more board presence.
Standard. And what's Barry got going on?
Yeah, this is red-purple. Yeah.
Okay, standard
Makes sense.
Standard deck. All right, easy. And then he's going to go with
Magic Broom.
Broom, easy. Cool.
Classic purple start for both players, yeah. Again, I think purple has probably 3 of the most powerful 1-drops because they all cycle cards. So not a lot of other characters can afford to run as many 1-drops in their decks, which just makes purple extremely consistent in the early game, which is why a lot of people tend towards it.
Yeah, so turn 2 for Philip.
Yep.
Obviously going to quest the Chernobogs, but it's a question of whether the snake is coming out or we just dump 2 more ones.
Yeah, this is always an interesting one with the Chernobogs. I think a lot of people overvalue the card draw and undervalue just having a 2-1 on the board. So,
yep. So
let's see.
questing up to 1 and ink the Broom, which means probably the snake's coming out. Yeah. Otherwise you would have kept some 1s. All right, picking up the Chernobogs. All right, now we got a beefy free on the table.
Yep. So the snake, returns has to return another card to hand. Otherwise,
Barry just does the same thing, right? So
I think so. We might
probably
see a
just
snake
quest.
versus snake.
Yeah. But then he is going to be a little bit behind. How does he recapture tempo? Because obviously, like if you're trading snakes.
I think that's okay. I think the red purple is the slightly more controlling.
Did he do nothing? Nothing?
Wow.
No turn 2 play. No questing. Oof. Oh, that is a big whiff.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That is a slow start, but red has plenty of removal tools.
Okay, so snake quest for 1 goes up to 2. Philip inks another one. Obviously, he feeling good that Barry couldn't quest with his 1, didn't challenge with his 1, played no 2, and now he just gets to push ahead a little bit further. So on 3, what's he got going down? Crab?
I think
it wouldn't be crab.
Oh, the library.
Library? Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Very aggressive play, but
1 lord per turn. I like it.
Hard to capitalize on library so early on because you're not really banishing too many guys early on. Generally, like from experience, you put down the library when you have a couple of guys, and
Yep.
then you send them in for some trades, or you banish them using their effects like Chernobogs or Broom. But that's okay.
I think the 8 willpower, it's quite difficult to deal with, and it's essentially questing for 1 every turn. So
Maybe you just don't want to play a whole bunch of ones in this field.
yeah.
What does he have in hand right now?
So I am seeing a fox in there.
There's a
but
Brawl?
So Brawl doesn't.
Oh, there's a Flynn Rider.
There's a Flynn, but
Yeah, but
that
you
will-
have smaller boards, so you don't
Yeah.
have. Do you have Sisu in there? Is that
Yeah, I can see a Sisu. So I think
Sisu might not be too bad actually.
yeah, we may see
So
Ink
it's-
Fox and play Sisu.
It's got 4 willpower, which means that it will survive challenges against snakes. Not big enough to withstand a goat though, but it does have enough punching power to go in. And it looks like the broom, instead of questing, is just going to be challenging the location for 2. It's gonna slowly sweep up that library.
And here
And
we see
Fox, all right, Fox going in and picking up the other 6. All right.
Another 4 there. So library's up
Oh,
to
it's
5
8.
damage.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, 8 willpower. It is very difficult to remove 8 for
Yeah.
a 3 in cards.
So it should have 2 left. So the broom did 2, and then the Fox did another 4. So it should have 2 left.
3 left, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So 5 damage counters on
Yeah.
it.
So library's not closed yet.
And we may see the snake challenge into the fox here, and yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
obviously
a nice,
that's a good trade.
Nice
and
tempo
being
play
on
for
the
Phil.
4 ink turn, that's a turn where goat or rabbit come out. So there's actually what you can do. You can move the snake into library, send the snake in, you drawing a card, and then you have 3 left, which allows you to play like a 1 and a 2 or
yeah, that's
couple
another,
ones.
Another
Yeah.
one of these nice things about the library
So
compared to
the
a
question
card.
is, does he want to play a 4? Because obviously, like purple 4s are really really strong. Hard to see, but yeah. So it's a question of playing 4s, or do you draw the extra card and like play some smaller drops? There is argument to be made because I don't think red has a huge way to like blob a board very easily. So yeah, we do have to snake here, but do we have a 1 to play down? Almost certainly have a 1, right? So
No, it doesn't look like. It looks like a lot of forecast cards. So I think we'll probably just see a forecast come down here. I wouldn't be surprised if something like rabbit, or I think I saw a genie in there as well, may come down.
definitely the snake goes into the fox. Definitely for sure. All right, so inking
I like-
snake. I'm questioning that. I'm pressing X to doubt. All right, so yeah, you go for it. The rabbit for sure. You draw a card,
Yep.
and snake trades in, right? For sure.
Is that another library I spotted? Oh boy, it's a library party if we get that one coming down.
And he's got a lot of that government funding. You know, let's open up the second one. All right,
And
all right, goes in. All right,
challenges
cool.
in. Yep. All right.
Alright.
So both characters are banished, and yeah, I think Philip will be feeling very, very good about his position at this point. Yep, 3 law from the library, and that challenge going in. So let's see what Barry can do here. It's always awkward with these rabbits. It's not a card that you really want to spend your cards removing.
You don't have
but-
to respect the rabbit. It's only it only quests for 1 law, and it's only got like a 2 free body, so you don't really worry about. Obviously, the library's where you're at, right? You want to close
Yeah.
that library down. You know, gotta cut some of the library facilities.
All right.
But the only way you can really do that is by sending in a fox. So you have to play a 1, then play a fox, but you don't have enough resources to make that happen at this
And
stage.
Unfortunately for Barry, I'm seeing 4 quite heavy uninkable cards in his hand. That's
So I think there's 2 be prepared.
2 be prepared,
think-
Big Sisu, and Lady Tremaine. So that is a bit of a yikers. All right.
So he's cycling through the
cycling the
through the broom.
Yep.
I'm not sure about that one actually. It seems like you probably just want the potential option
Yeah.
to.
Might be worried about the Elsa coming down. If that trades into the broom, that's...
I wouldn't be afraid of the else coming
And
down.
there's Elsa off the top, actually. So let's see what we see.
So
at
he
the top
gains
here.
1 from the library at the
Gains-
start turn.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, again, 4 locations, they gain law at the start of the next turn when they come down, and law for every turn after
So
that.
this is the 5 ink turn. And so in theory you can play Elsa, but Elsa doesn't really do anything. Like in theory,
No.
you can play the Elsa, you can run to Sisu, and then get the rabbit to finish off, or vice versa. But then you got a ton of cards in hand. So Sisu is challenging out anything else that sort of runs into it.
Yep.
I think it's actually not too, but you also want to protect your library as well. Like Sisu is definitely going to close that library next turn. So you want, so actually you're pretty free to just quest with you guys. So Rabbit can quest very easily. You don't bother moving any of your guys to the library because the library's going to shut
Rabbit.
down.
Yep.
Another Rabbit. So he's got a whole bunch of resources.
And
He's effectively got 2 cards banked on those rabbits going out as well.
That's correct.
Obviously, you should be just inking your way through.
Yeah, I like what
You
Philip's
definitely,
doing. though.
definitely
This
quest the
is
rabbit. Definitely quest the rabbit.
Important turn here, so I like
He's
that
just
taking
deciding
his
what to
time,
ink right now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, again, one of the more subtle parts of the game that I think a lot of people can falter on is your ink choices.
The game is made and won, like won and lost on the ink.
It really is.
Yeah.
If you...
So it looks like he's putting the goat away.
Which I don't mind. I think he's got a lot of juice at the moment. So
Oh, you might well move one to rabbits in, right?
Yeah.
If you've got nothing else.
I think moves it, yeah. You might
Even though
as
it doesn't
well
really
think.
matter. Sisu's closing up the library.
Almost certainly going into
Unless he's got a 1. Literally the only difference is if you play 1. Right. But he doesn't. So, all right, cool. You move it in. And then Quest for it. Come on, Quest for it. Yeah, Quest for it. Sure.
There
All right,
we
so
go.
it bumps it up to 5. Easy.
Lawful Rabbit. And over to Barry here. Let's see if Barry can navigate his way out of this one. I think a lot of players have been in this situation where you draw all of your expensive uninkables in your opening hand, and it's very, very difficult to navigate. So
Cool. So, yeah, we saw he had Brawls. We had Be Prepared. Be Prepared's not too irrelevant, but like the Sisu has to just close the library.
Yeah.
All right, library's closed. All right, cool.
no more books,
All right.
everybody.
All right, so he has to ink up to 5. Don't know what's in his hand.
We got the Flynn. We got the Brawl.
Theoretically, Flynn's actually very good with Sisu because Sisu has a massive number, so it can push him into the law. I guess
I think we may just see ink and go here. Yeah, I think
there's no reason why you wouldn't play the Flynn Rider. You just play the Flynn Rider.
it's the only inkable card in his hand, though. So if he plays that and then he draws another uninkable, it is going to be quite painful. So I think that's why Barry is very carefully pondering whether he wants to jam Flynn here or whether he wants to pass a turn, which, yeah.
Oh, just skipping. All right.
That is, again, oh, that is painful to see.
Sometimes, yeah, that's just how the cards are dealt. You get a whole bunch of uninkables.
That's right. And some of these decks, when you're running a lot of this expensive removal, the 7 and the 8 cost, you can sometimes get into this position.
So I think at this stage, you just play cards that
I think
get you some ink. Yeah,
Philip may want to try and. You can play Crab here. That's certainly one line, and then trade one of the rabbits in. Another line would be if he can develop 2 characters this turn.
Looks like he is looking at the Crab. So Crab's probably a smart choice to play. You don't want to get too wide a board, especially when your opponent's coming up to be prepared.
Yep.
All right, Crab it in. All right.
And we'll likely see the rabbit trade in here with the additional 3 strength. That puts it up to 5.
Get the ferocious rabbit to go it in.
Yeah, the ferocious rabbit indeed.
Right.
Draws another card.
Right.
And yeah, we haven't seen Philip ink here. So again, he's been very careful with his ink choices, which I like. I think
maybe a little bit too careful. Time's running on the clock. Tick-tock.
I think we may see another library come down here. If that is indeed the card in hand, which I think it is. We might see Smee go. Oh, is he going to play the Smee, perhaps? Smee does avoid the big Sisu removal.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's also playing Steel in this deck.
Yeah, that's right. I think we haven't seen a single Steel card yet. That's...
All right, it's Smee getting inked. He's got a bit of a board right now, so yeah, it could be library, yeah.
I quite like the library here. I think develop another threat.
So, yeah, okay. Playing the library.
Yep.
He's just had so much tempo free. Just like Barry just hasn't applied enough pressure for Philip to just like, hey, I got to deal with something. It's more like, all right, I can just kind of do what I want, and then Barry, you got to deal with me.
Yeah, no, that's very true. But I think I think the red purple player has the slower of the 2 decks. So Philip, while he's been generating a lot of value, hasn't.
Okay, Lady Tremaine, which forces Phil to banish one character of his own choosing. So yeah, obviously he can choose the one that's most advantageous to him. Obviously you can choose a rabbit, and then that draws you a card, or you can get rid of the crab. It seems like you just get rid of the rabbit at the stage you draw a card now.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, get the card up front, and then like Challenger is also relevant later on.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
I think that's very likely what we'll see here, and then
What do you thinking, bro? What are you thinking about? Come on.
Yeah, very very patient play here from Phil.
Move the rabbit into retirement. Just slide it over and draw your card. Oh, what big brain play? Unless he's going to try to bounce the rabbit.
I think
like,
that's.
But your hand size is so good, you wouldn't really worry about it, right?
Yeah. Well, I think Philip's probably made the read that Barry's got a lot of removal in his hand. Otherwise, having passed on 5 ink, he must have a lot of 6, 7, 8 cost cards.
But Philip had Philip had characters. He got rid of the crab. What?
Wow.
All right. He's got some loops going on. All right.
So one more lore for the
Get the
library.
milk because we got some fruity loops coming out.
Here we go.
All right, cool.
All right, so that's a Diablo.
All right, cool.
I think, yeah, so we're coming into the Be Prepared turn here. 6 ink for the red deck. Next turn they will be inking up to 7. So I think Philip would like to just go wide here and probably shift everything into the library.
Yep.
And then if his opponent does play the Be Prepared, it will banish all
But
the
if you're
characters.
expecting to be prepared, you just wouldn't go wide. You don't play any guys, right?
Well, I guess it
Like,
depends what's in your hand.
You got to use something. But like, okay, Elsa, Spirit of Winter, you wouldn't play her because
Nah,
it
I
doesn't
don't
do
think
anything,
so.
right? Okay,
go.
so you can
Fox.
it up,
Yep, draw a card.
and then
Ooh, Calhoun. So
it does mean you have options after the Be Prepared. So
Yes.
maybe, yeah. But he also doesn't have any Pete's as well, so Pete's might pop up later on.
yeah, Pete's definitely one of the cards that he'll be digging for.
He hasn't inked yet, so he's just trying to figure out what to do right now. Doesn't seem like there's any good options for like characters you want to play. You just,
I think just committing the rabbit here is fine.
Rabbit is fine, and then okay, cool. But when you've got your opponent wouldn't have played Be Prepared if all you had was Fox.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
yeah,
you
so-
need to force them to do something
Yeah.
there. Otherwise, you're just letting them draw more and more cards.
So Tremaine's got is 4/4.
3/4.
3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Quest for 2. So she may bump into the library and we see the B prep here, or we may see the interesting line of snaking the. Tremaine.
So we have Flynn Rider, we have Sisu, we have 2 Be Prepareds there against a board that has a Fox and a Rabbit. So Sisu's not particularly relevant. Brawl not too relevant as well. Flynn can start getting you somewhere, but it's still it's still low on power, so you can't be winning the Flynn Rider bonus.
Yeah, that's
This one's
right.
actually a
You
tough
would need
one. I think you do have to.
It's not
play
a
the
board that feels good to be prep into, but it's tough. I don't envy Barry's position right now.
I think you play the Flynn Rider and then you just get the Lady Tremaine to run it. But if you get Lady Tremaine to challenge the library and you don't finish it off, the following turn Phil, he can just shift him into the library and then challenge him into Lady Tremaine and just draw a ton of cards, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then he just inks up. So you can't even really challenge. So
Yeah,
you have to shut down the library all in one turn. Otherwise, your opponent gets. I don't know about that, Chief. All right.
Here we go.
And then the Flynn Rider.
Oh, we're going to see the snake coming down, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, very, very tough here. So Barry doing the right thing, taking his time.
Like, look, if your Lady Tremaine is exerted at this point, like it kind of doesn't really matter in that sense. You can play whatever. So it's like he's tossing up Be Prepared, right? So
I think so, yeah.
Be Prepared's not even good. Yeah.
Nothing's really good here for Barry. It's a very tough spot.
Like and Phil can feel that Barry has a Be Prepared.
Yeah.
So he's never going to commit like free characters for the rest of the game. I think he's just going to be like, all right, trade and remove your guys, and then just keep like 2 guys on field, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's inking Flynn Rider. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and you can see it on Barry's face.
He
He didn't.
very reluctant. All right, cool. And then now Philip, he's probably thinking, all right, cool. Actually, I don't know. So like, if my opponent just Be Prepared for me, I would think, all right, cool, I'm safe. I can just like Zerg out and play a whole bunch of guys, right? But I feel that like just because Barry has been showing a real sense of like, oh, my hand is bad and I really can't ink and it's really rough.
Yep.
You might be able to take the guess that he does have enough Be Prepared. So maybe play around that.
I think so. I think we'll just see a bunch of low value cards coming down. And
Like I
put them
think
straight
now
in
this
the
is start
library,
where you start shoving.
Oh,
2
another
libraries.
library.
All right. He's opening them up. I don't know what.
Barry's
Theoretically, I guess if your opponent Be Prepared you again, but like you go 2 guys on this turn, wouldn't you?
I think Calhoun and just shift that into one of the libraries. And
Oh, but actually this is really sweet because right. So on the following turn, if Barry plays anything, Philip just plays Elsa, exerts it, and then you just send the Calhoun in.
Yeah.
You gain 2 lore from challenging stuff.
Draw a card.
You draw a card, and we might actually survive as well. Yeah. So.
Yep. So here. Barry's in.
Do you just raw drop
very
Sisu
tough.
this turn? Like I know it's like it does absolutely nothing, right? Like, but
I think that's probably going to be the play.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
not
it's
seeing
like-
a lot of other stuff, but yeah,
All right, that's 6.
Are we going to see another Tremaine? Yep.
Oh, Madam. No, Madam Medusa.
Medusa.
Yep. So
draw 1 from the library.
Yep.
And pass turn. So 2 lore from the 2 libraries here for Philip, bring him up to 11. And yeah, Philip is just looking in a very, very good position here. It's, yeah, again, some of these decks have a really tough time dealing with locations. And yeah, I think for this red-purple deck, you got cards like Fox, you got cards like Crab, but if you don't see them, or if you've played them earlier in the game, they're probably in your inkwell or in your graveyard by now. So
I think, yeah, it just wasn't the right line of cards to get him to where he needed.
Right,
his curve was very awkward. Yeah, turn 2, he didn't have it played.
Yeah, no turn 2, no turn 5.
What are you mulliganing for? So if, like, because he kept, I think, 3 cards or something from opening hand. Like, what are you keeping if you don't have a turn 2 play in, like, red-purple, right? Yeah. Or maybe he got a little bit greedy. And he thought he would just draw into it too. And so we see a Genie play here. And yeah, this is just all gas for us a game. Just drawing tons of cards.
Yep.
Put them in the library.
Put them in the library. If your opponent keeps spending their cards to remove them, you just keep drawing more and more cards. So I've seen that strength of the Raging Fire in Philip's hand since the start of the game. It's
been irrelevant.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't have any low drops really.
Yeah. Yep, Diablo.
Oh, Diablo, all right. It's something, and then just move Diablo. Put it in the upper library.
Yeah, put it in the upper library.
Hedge your bets. Oh, he doesn't. He
must have heard us.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I like it a lot from Philip here. So, and then along came Zeus. So we got Zeus, we got Fox, Elsa.
Yeah,
it's looking like a pretty solid hand here for Philip. And yeah, again, just the locations showing the power. It is just so hard to deal with. To deal with characters and locations at the same time, it is almost impossible for most decks. So yeah,
wish we could see Barry's hand right now. So it's a little bit rough. So
yeah,
he has to be prepared. He has a Sisu. Sisu just gets. Oh, actually, Sisu might be pretty sweet. But decent. He draws like 3 cards off the Sisu, right?
Well, the Maui's not bad here either. I think we'll likely see the Snake get put in the inkwell.
2 options, right? So you got Maui and Madame Medusa both shut the library down, or alternatively you play Sisu, wipe the board, and give your opponents 3 cards.
I think I like the tempo of the Sisu here. I think if you don't play it now, it's
I think so as well.
Becoming more and more difficult to get
If you send Madame Medusa and Maui both into the same library, you've got 2 characters that are exerted, and then Phil just like moves one to the other library, transfer membership, and then sends them in.
All right. So Barry's opted for the other line, which I think is also quite good here. And we'll probably see Medusa the boss, into the library for 4. So now Philip's board's looking a lot less scary without that library. And we may...
Do you brawl?
No, I think he's got the Snake.
He's got
here,
2.
So
Snake Maui back up, as opposed to Madam.
Yeah. Well, I guess Medusa and Big Sisu do kind of similar effects.
Yeah, true, I guess, yeah. But still, okay, cool.
No, I think,
so it's another 1 game by Philip on the start of turn.
Yeah.
So when we are getting towards the end game now, so this turn, probably we're going to see Genie questing. And
I would think so,
then probably Diablo as well. So that's, it's going to be a certain amount of Genies.
So we might see Along Came Zeus come out here on the Medusa.
You wouldn't waste it on that.
Yeah, maybe not.
Madame Medusa, like only questing for one. So yeah,
I guess it depends whether he wants to play keepings off with this library.
Also, Genie does have evasive as well, so he doesn't even have to worry about Madame like challenging into it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's just running out the clock. It's like, I've got game 1 pretty solidly in the bag. Just gonna, take my sweet time. If we only have 12 minutes left in the game 2, yeah. Cool.
3. What have we got? We're gonna see the crowd. He's possibly suspecting the Big Sisu is in hand. He knows there's got to be another expensive removal card in there with the way the Barry's been playing. So I think Philip does have the read on that.
Crab's got free attack, so
yeah, Crab dodges a Sisu, which is nice. Not a lot of other cards in Philip's hand.
So obviously you moved that Diablo to the library, but also, so you want to keep the library. You want to keep the library open. That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he has to force some challenges. because he wants to keep the library open. He's thinking what? So you play crab on Diablo, and Diablo can swing into something, but that's not enough. So you can crab onto Genie. Oh, okay, so you pick up Diablo with
like
Fox,
this.
and then you can send the Fox into
pay
Adam.
1 to put it in the library, and then send it in and draw a card. That is really nice value play there from Philip. And what have they drawn into? I think it was another Diablo.
So you can
a couple of Diablos. I think we'll see at least one of them come down here and go into the library.
And then go into the library, yeah.
Another well-read bird.
Oh, okay. All right. Apparently not. So he inks one of them. So he's got 4 ink, which means probably still, so Crab and Dabbler, so he pays 4.
Decrablo, as they say.
Yeah. But then Genie still just quests for 2.
All right. Cool. So now...
Okay, so he's representing game next turn.
That's right.
So yeah, so he's
library plus
1
2 for Genie.
plus 2 for Genie for free. So then plus the other 2. So yeah, he's got 20 on board.
Yep. So Barry has to answer this.
This is just Sisu, right? Just like
I think it has to be Sisu here. Remove the Genie.
All right.
And that also prevents Philip from being able to move the Diablo and the Crab into the library, which is also quite nice. But yeah, Barry's just had a tough game. He's just had a stuck hand for so much of it and had to play so many suboptimal plays. So I think we'll see the Ink the Crab, play the big Sisu, and probably swing the Snake into the library for a challenge for 3. And
yeah, you definitely just have to challenge the library at this stage. It's going to just slowly tick you over. So you play Sisu, Crab sticks around, library still sticks around, ticks up by like hypothetically number 2.
Yep.
You've got like you're on a 3-turn clock.
That's right. Yeah.
Sisu can assist the library on the following turn. And then something to like a snake can challenge into Crab, but so that'll be prepared. But if you be prepared, it's just like you got nothing against the library. You can get the snake to hit library right now for free. Be prepared wipes everything, but then you got like no way to deal with the library. Philip gets priority to just like play stuff down on his turn first, and then you're back to square one, right?
That's right. I think you have to just develop the Sisu here and go for it. I think every other line is just too slow. You're not building any threats of your own, and you're just going to have a very hard time. One other line that is available, which you do have to do sometimes, is Sisu can sing the Be Prepared.
What did he just sing?
He inked the Crab.
Played Sisu, yep, cool.
So that removes 2, and Philip will draw a card off the library.
Draws a card off the library and 1 off Diablo.
And we will probably see Snake challenging into the library here for 3. But yeah, Philip has just done a fantastic job of hand management this game. He's always had so much fuel in his hand that whenever the board clear came out, there was always something to reload with. So
Phil is definitely a very, very careful player.
Yeah.
As I've come to know him. So yeah, very methodical. Been thinking it out. There's never been any time in this entire game where I think he's really been quote unquote punished.
No, he's played around everything. So 1 more tick at the library there. I think he's up to 16 now. Got some removal in hand. So
I think this is the point of the game where you just sort of like go goat loops, right? Just if he does have goat. I don't think else is of any significant value right now. Sisu has 4 willpower, so Crab won't be able to remove it in one challenge.
Yeah,
so we got Trenobogs. We got Strength of Raging Fire.
Yeah. And along came Zeus. I think we might see the Zeus come out here.
Yeah, you can Zeus out the Sisu.
The Sisu, and then 3 ink for... I'm not sure what the other play would be. Maybe just moving the Crab to the library and putting a Chernobyls in the library, something like that.
I think he just all right, so he's questing for 1, goes up to 17.
That's good. And are we going to see
He's Zeusing the Sisu, right?
And then along came Zeus. Here we go. And Hercules, one of my favorite Disneys.
He's just... Is that like 3 Strength for Raging Fires? Definitely 2.
Definitely
He's got
2.
Chernobogs in there.
All right. Yeah.
Like 1 Chernobogs is fine to play out.
Chernobogs and probably 2 to move these into the library. Yeah, so again, patient play here from Philip, but I think it makes a lot of sense the way he's...
Ooh, it's Calhoun. All right, cool. And then you just move the Crab to the library because that's the only one that's challenged. You moved to Chernobogs.
Yeah, I think the Chernobogs dies to a lot of the removals, so he's trying to play around the big Sisu. So yeah, this library, and
he just
Barry
scoops it up, right?
All right, so...
It's a little bit rough. I think he scooped it a little bit too late.
Yeah, Yeah, so we have 16 minutes remaining for this second game. But
He's gonna need to play it fast. And
yeah, he will.
Yeah. So for players who are a little bit less experienced with competitive tournaments, something that you do have to take into consideration is the time on the games. And sometimes, because obviously we're played in time, played with a certain amount of time of each round. Obviously, otherwise we'd be here all day, which means that managing your time during each round, during each best of 2 or each best of 3 is super important. In certain games, if you really have a solid belief that you cannot win the game, in theory, you should scoop a little bit earlier, just so you have a little bit more time to, win the next game. And so I think that is a skill that a lot of high-level tournament players develop. And I think maybe Barry might be regretting, not calling it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it was tough. It felt like Barry was hanging by a thread there, but he could come back. But yeah, Philip just had too much juice.
What you doing, Phil? What you doing, Phil? He's doing the poker thing where, you wait for your opponent to make a decision, and, look at their cards before you look at your own cards. So you're just watching their face, oh, how my opponent feel about their cards?
I think it's quite clever though. Like when you're going second, you have very few advantages in this game. So one of the things that you want to do is use all the information that you can get at the start of the game. So if your opponent mulligans their whole hand, and you've got a playable hand, you might keep it. But if your opponent and in this game, whoever is going first has to mulligan first.
They have to determine the number of mulligans.
So
first,
if your opponent says, I'm keeping this hand when they're going first, you really need to find some good stuff, otherwise you're in trouble. So yeah, I think trying to get every advantage that you can, particularly going second, is quite smart.
Turn 1, Sisu into the Chernobog. All right, easy standard play. And we probably see a broom.
There's the library again. It just will not go away.
Library probably be a little bit less prevalent this game just because he's on the back foot a little bit more.
I think so, yeah.
Cool, so we've got broom. Does Barry have a turn 2 play?
Yeah,
so
Barry's probably going to want
you quest
right here. He's got it.
Quest with the Chernobogs, gain your 1.
And we may see.
Does Flynn come down? Flynn doesn't have any, you don't get the bonus off the Flynn on this turn. He just snakes it around, so. Yeah. Which means Philip will just quest with the Broom next turn, and then
probably
just
plays
pick it back.
Snake if he's got it or something like that.
Plays a snake, or you can just banish it. And when you just play anything.
All right, so Philip's just drawn Mr. Smee there, which is one of the better 2-drops in the game, but he puts it into the inkwell.
He does not have a preference for the Smee.
Calhoun.
He's holding back the Broom. Okay, cool. So he wants a little bit more board presence. So yeah, obviously having the option to banish the Broom to draw a card, but chooses not to.
Yeah, he may want to use something with the Fox next turn, so he might want something out on the board to be able to bounce back to his hand, and then you're essentially drawing a card because the 1/2 body doesn't do a lot. But if you bounce it back to your hand,
just quests for 1, pushes him up to 2.
And there's
Fox.
Okay. Another bounce.
All right, so both players playing pretty defensively here. Just, they don't want to get into no scuffles. All right,
Yeah, I think this can be one area where the purple decks struggle. It's hard to sort of capitalize on the early game because a lot of your cards are anti-tempo. They're bringing stuff from your board back into your hand, which is good because you can ink them later. But at the same time, if you're trying to build a wide board and push your lore ahead.
Purple red, you got good end game. You got Sisu. So you got Sisu, and you can Flynn Rider out, especially because you got a bigger top end. But still, you kind of want to get into challenges. Like that Calhoun's not going to do anything. So that Calhoun is only going to quest for 1 a turn. It's going to sit around for quite a while, just not doing anything. As long as Barry doesn't play into it, Phil doesn't really do anything. So Barry can just in theory just play goat, quest, pick it up with a snake or something, and then just go again. And it looks like Philip's just playing a crab. It's for no particular value.
Yeah, that's...
Philip is just waiting for a particular turn where Barry overextends, and he's just going to crush him with a whole bunch of libraries. It's probably fine to quest with the Calhoun, so he goes to 1. Yeah, because even if Fox trades into it,
I think you're still smart. I think you're quite happy with that exchange. And it's good tempo, too, trading you 2 drop into their 3.
This is the 4-ink turn for Barry, so that's where you typically play Sisu, right? 4-cost Sisu. It's got a big, beefy 4 willpower, so it's out of range of a lot of things. Basically, I think the only thing within range in Philip's deck would be the goat and Fox. So everything else you survive, and because purple draws a lot of cards, tends to be a high attack. Usually at least magic number 3, so 3 is usually what you need to get over. So sends in the Fox against Calhoun. I think that's fine for Phil.
Makes sense. Yeah, you don't want that Calhoun hanging around. too long.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Barry's got another very awkward hand.
He's got Brawl.
He's got the rabbit, I think.
Yeah, but Brawl less relevant in this matchup.
Yeah.
A lot of freeze, and he plays a rabbit, draws a card.
Yep.
Yep, cool. That's
very standard stuff here. So I think, yeah.
Again, the thing is, Barry has not really taken advantage of his advantage of being a turn 1 player.
No. No, but I think he's just had that hand. Like, if you don't have the proactive red cards that don't bounce, you really want your Flynn and your Sisu in this matchup. If you just get your snakes and your goats, you just have a very slow start, which is what he's experiencing right now.
Okay, so Phil obviously goes up to 4 ink this turn.
Yep.
He does not like Smee. He must just think that Smee's not very good in this matchup.
Why is this card in my deck? Get that out of here. Into the inkwell you go. So, yeah, Broom's going to quest, and then we might...
It's going to get swept off the
I think
next thing that's
very,
played.
very likely at this point,
Pete?
Yeah, might.
Off-curve Pete.
Yeah, it's... I think Philip's got an awkward hand here. He doesn't have a 4-drop, so...
All right, so go Diablo, sack that off, draw a card, cycle it, and then
he's got the library now, so we might just see library come down. Yeah, the Barry doesn't really have an answer to it at the moment, so quest with the crab.
Yep.
And
so that's another one, put him up to 3.
Yeah, we'll probably see something inked and get the library out. Yeah, inking the Pete. I don't think Pete's... This is not really a Pete matchup at this point.
Oh, foxing back up. Yep. All right, no one wants any scuffles.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think having the crab to put onto the Diablo, that's one of the reasons it's in the deck. So if the rabbit quests here, you can put your crab challenger onto your Diablo, trade it in, and then you get to draw a card off the Diablo, which is really nice value.
Yeah, so we got some Gentleman's Lorcana here.
Yeah.
I will quest with my character.
And then never leave it.
I will quest with mine. Okay, cool. So we got one quest, one lore from the rabbit, so matching the 3 piece. Then, yep, all right, cool. Playing the snake, picking it up. Gonna ink some ink card.
Yep, 3-3 on turn 5. Very, very fast play here.
So it looks like go being inked, and we just go crab.
Jeez, yeah,
it's interesting because crab obviously fantastic because it allows some of your smaller guys to trade up into some of your opponent's larger guys.
Yep.
But just both players just role playing crabs.
Yep.
Not doing anything, you know.
Just a 3-3 for 3, you know.
Yeah.
All right, there's a snake off the top, so I think we may see the crab go into the inkwell here.
He's got a Diablo in there.
Yeah, I think in crab play Diablo. Ooh, yeah. Tough choice of Phil.
But if you're playing the Diablo, you don't ink the crab.
He's only got... spent his 4 ink. He's going up to 5.
No, but it's crab is always a good card to pair up with Diablo. If you have a Diablo on the board, and your opponent doesn't do anything, you can just always crab, challenge up Diablo, and send it in for free into opponent's crab or into opponent's rabbit or opponent's snake. 3 is a real magical number in this matchup. Yeah,
that's a fair point.
But maybe Phil doesn't want to play. Also wants to play Gentleman's. Yeah.
Yeah. No one's left the character exerted the whole game. Yeah. No challenging will be done this game. 2 Diablos and a rabbit. So yeah, if Barry does wipe the board, Philip's drawing 3 cards. Yeah, he will be fairly happy about it.
But Philip has slowly just tempered himself up to look. He's actually representing a reasonable amount of 4 lore next turn.
Yeah, 4 lore. You're starting to get a bit worried at that point. You really want to start answering some of these stuff. So we see the Elsa come down.
Elsa comes down. All right. Ceasefire over.
Yep. And we see the challenge come in.
Barry goes in first. All right, cool. So he quests for 1. Putting up to 4, and the snake traded into Fox. So Madam Mim traded up into herself. And yeah, all right, cool. So you know what would be really cool if you had a crab to put on your Diablo to send into your opponent's crab. You know?
Only someone had mentioned that.
Man.
All right, so Rabbit's going to sing Zeus.
So that's for 4. Yep, cool.
Very nice value there. So yeah, this is one of my favorite mechanics in this game is the sing mechanic. So songs are essentially actions, but you can play them if you have a character at that ink cost or higher for that song. So the rabbit costs 4, it can sing 4 and cheaper songs. And yeah, it can just let you turn some of your slower cards like Rabbit and Grandma Tala and these sorts of cards into really high value because it cheats out a lot of ink on that turn. So Philip is probably looking to ink and replay that rabbit, I would say. Yep, there we go.
Rabbit, yep. And then you just
Draw another card. And
probably just quest over with the Dabbler.
I think so, yeah. I think
there's no punishment for it. All right,
pretty safe to
so you quest 2. All right, you bump yourself up to +2, so you got 5.
5, yep.
Yep. It is a pretty vulnerable board to Sisu right now, but that's like what age?
Yeah.
He's like looks like 6 ink or something.
6 ink, yeah. I think he's coming into the 7 ink
so
turn.
he quests 1. Cool. Feels absolutely doing fine.
4. Yeah, Barry doesn't look too concerned about the board state at the moment, but yeah, Philip keeps playing these sticky cards that just cycle themselves.
He should be because like even though the board's not scary and the hand size are pretty similar, like Philip's basically got 3 cards banked up on his board.
Yeah,
right now,
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we went Flynn Rider. All right, so maybe he's getting a little bit there.
Yeah.
You know, if Phil really wanted to just draw a whole bunch of cards, he could just like
library,
put the birds into the library and just send them in.
Yeah,
into the crab, and to just draw a whole bunch of cards.
Yeah. We may see the rabbit sing again here. I think I saw a Strength of the Raging Fire in hand. So
theoretically, Snake could go into. Yeah. Theoretically, Snake could go into crab. It's not super duper important. Play another rabbit.
Another rabbit. So I think we will see the rabbit.
The important thing of taking out the crab is that you get to dictate when the challenger occurs.
Yes.
Otherwise, your opponent, if you're going to quest, your opponent can choose certain trades, and then they can dictate when they can get their challenge going.
Yeah, we see a quest with the rabbit.
Yep.
Phil may just quest out here if he's wants to put his foot on the gas.
Right,
another bounce. Nope.
No, all right.
Still playing.
I might still need more cards in the future, so just keep that option reserved.
One thing that's tough here for Phil is now the rabbit that was active to sing is back in the hand, and there is a Flynn which is going to gain 3 lore at the start of Barry's next turn. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be worried about that.
Wouldn't worry about that. You don't think Barry's going to tempo him out here?
No, he's how many cards does Barry have in hand? Like 3 or something?
4, I think. Yeah, he's had a massive hand all game thanks to all the bouncing rabbits.
Yeah. Is he questing with it?
I think he's questing.
No. Yeah, they trade. All right, cool.
And quest for 2.
He put his boxing gloves on as well. All right, question for 2.
And cool. Yeah, Philip. It's hard to know what's in Barry's hand here, but Philip's definitely in a very good position.
That's 6 lore right now. No, 6. 6 ink right now.
Yeah, 6.
All right, cool. So Sisu is away.
The be prepared feels pretty bad, but Flynn did just trigger there, so Barry went up to 7 lore.
The Flynn Rider would have gained some lore.
Yeah,
at the start. Yep, cool.
Yep.
We're playing Rabbit to draw a card. No be prepared apparently. He's very comfortable. Okay, I guess you're not that far behind lore. I guess theoretically you just you don't even bother going after Phil's guys. You just play guys and try to race for some amount of lore right now. Yeah, right.
Yeah, if your opponent doesn't have an answer for the Flynn, you're pretty happy just clocking in 3 lore every turn, I think. So. Yeah. All right, on to Philip's turn. And then along came Zeus. There it is. And there goes the goat. So Flynn is now no longer...
You lost your Flynn bonus, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So no longer has the... and another... the parade of rabbits this game has just been insane.
Loops.
Yep. And again, Philip just keeps deploying these small threats that if he loses the board, draw him cards. So it's like
okay, he's locking in investment. All right, he's got a library. All right, cool. Start shoving him in. Who's going into the library first? Kind of really doesn't matter because you're just questing out with both.
Yeah.
Both the dabblers anyway. So
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Yeah.
Right. So no gain on the Flynn Rider. So you theoretically just send them both into the library and then you be prepared, right? This board is just kind of too wide for you to do much more. Unless you
saw the big Sisu in hand, so I would not be... Yeah, there
all right,
it is.
Big Sisu, all right.
That's a good answer.
Cool. All right, cool.
5
cards. All right, cool.
Oh, boy.
I'll just mulligan my hand.
Wowzers. That's...
Yeah.
Almost a whole new hand, yeah. You start the game with 7 cards, and Philip just drew 5, and it's not even their turn, so...
All right, and then, we had a quest with the rabbit after that occurred.
All right, so Barry would be on 8, and we get 1 ticket to the library, so Philip up to 12. And my, look at all these cards.
And now I just got to like pass out. It's like, all right, what did I just draw? Like, okay, and how does my options change? All right, yeah, he's just pushing in with the law. All right, cool. So
I think Philip wants to get the foot on the gas right now. So
he's got 4 left open.
Might see the Zeus.
All right, Zeus, Sisu, yeah, because Sisu does quest for free. So
and Sisu also turns the Flynn Rider back on. So
Sisu also sings for Be Prepared as well. So
that's true.
Yeah,
if you
true.
want to reclaim the board, I've seen
Smee,
Snake's going in.
Yep.
I
go to library. Bro, you need to draw any more cards? You do really?
Yeah.
I guess theoretically, theoretically, there's no reason not to.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So Snake got 2 on it.
This has just been brilliantly played by Philip. I think I would have heavily favored the red-purple matchup here. Just Steel often runs out of gas in this matchup, but not the way that he's played it. It's just been,
you played the person, not the cards.
Yeah.
So Be Prepared. All right, cool. Another card.
Another law from the GOAT. So should be up to 13, I think, now from Philip. And another card.
All right, cool.
So, Philip just, if Philip can keep finding these goats or these other,
you just spew them out, right? You got Pete, so if you got Pete, you flood, right?
Pete, and off you go.
And did you get 1 from the library already?
I think so.
Cool, easy, cool.
Yep, that looks right. So I think Pete, Calhoun,
Calhoun, you don't worry about it. Like,
I think you play it because the only card that wrecks you is a big CC.
Yeah, if you don't have small stuff, then you're fine. Yeah. I think time was just cold, so this is probably turn 0.
Yeah.
Pete, all right, cool. So now I can play my cards with somewhat impunity.
Yep.
All right, Calhoun.
I think he's
just got like a fistful of removal that he's got no targets for.
As much as he can. Yep. Another Calhoun.
Another Calhoun.
And we may just see it. Ink and jam the crab here, or we might move some stuff into the library.
Well, I tell you what, if that magic broom quest next turn, it's getting the hell out of there straight away.
Ink strength. Oh, are we going to see the strength on the broom here?
Yeah, all right, you play the crab. All right,
yep,
that's fine. It's
putting lawful on the.
No, that's not enough. That's
not,
5.
But it's quite close. Yeah.
So
5, so it goes to 19, and then at the start of Philip's next turn, the library will tick to 20. So. Yep, I think that was nice. That was a well-timed Pete. And then, Pete's one of these cards where if you can play it at the right time, it is so difficult for the other person to deal with.
It's a very skill-intensive card.
Yeah, that's right.
I think a lot of players who are a little bit less inexperienced don't realize that in certain matchups, it's really important to play it on certain turns. So Pete is not a card you play to fill your curve. So it's like, hey, I've got free ink, free. Play it. No, you play it on specific turn to stop your opponent from doing certain things, such as Be Prepared. A very key turn. So, it's really important.
So questing to 10.
Questing 1, going up to 10.
Barry's just looking for an answer here. We might see a card.
Still board wipe, right? Like, if is this Be Prepared?
He can't be prepared.
Oh, you can't be prepared because of the Pete. Yeah.
And he can't leave that broom sideways, otherwise one of the Calhouns. When Calhoun
you actually just win if Maui into the library.
Into the library.
Yep. But he didn't push out the broom.
We're going to see the fox come down here, I think.
Well, fox come down, pick up Maui, and then broom shuffles itself away.
I think.
Yeah. So, broom picks. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So this is one of those cool the bag things, right? So So. All those effects go into the bag, and then you get to choose one bag, one card in the bag to resolve.
But Philip, with the challenge on the Calhoun into the fox.
So you got 3 quests on the guys.
Yep.
That'll put you up to 17. Then you get 2 from the Calhoun challenging into the fox. So you're still out of range. Still looks pretty dire nonetheless.
Yep.
But
and all these have 3 attack as well. So
challenge for free, go up to 17.
Yep.
All right. So Barry.
I think we must have missed a law there. That looks like it was 20, so they've shaken hands. And
okay, well
played,
done to Philip. That was a solid 2-0.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things with this purple steel deck. It can definitely be the aggressor with cards like Smee and some of the powerful 1-drops.
What's Smee? Smee, the quality ink.
Oh, well, the highest quality ink in the game. That's Smee. But yeah, I guess this is just not a Smee matchup. Like, the way that Philip approached it was the value approach, where you need to draw a lot more cards than your opponent and just always have some stuff to play. And then, yeah, it really worked out for him into this red-purple matchup. So
All I could see was just those rabbits multiplying, you know?
Yeah.
It's just rabbits all across the field, just